Trial Test 10. Listening 2.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining me today to listen to this short talk on the life of one of our country's most famous scientists, Professor Stephen Hawking. Stephen William Hawking was born on the 8th of January, 1942 in Oxford, England, during the Second World War. At that time, his parents' house was in North London, but during the war, Oxford was considered a far safer place to have babies because of London being bombed. When he was 8, his family moved to St Albans, a town about 20 miles north of London, and at the age of 11, Stephen went to St Albans School and then on to University College, Oxford, his father's old college. Stephen wanted to study mathematics, although his father's first choice would have been to see his son enter the medical profession. Stephen's original subject of choice was not available at University College, so he decided to go for physics instead. At the age of 20, after spending 3 years at university and not having done very much work, he was awarded a first-class honours degree, the highest mark you can get for an undergraduate degree. Stephen then went on to Cambridge to do research in cosmology. That's the study of the development of the universe, there being no one working in that area in Oxford at the time. Although this was something of great interest to Stephen, it was a real challenge for him due to the kind of scientific background he had. After gaining his PhD, he became a research fellow and later on a professorial fellow at Gonville and Caius College, and has been involved with Cambridge ever since. In terms of his health, Stephen had noticed that he was getting increasingly clumsy during his last year at Oxford, and when he returned home for Christmas in 1962, at the end of his first term at Cambridge, his mother persuaded him to see a doctor. In early 1963, he spent 2 weeks having tests in hospital and was diagnosed as having motor neuron disease, an illness which affects the muscles and controls activity, including speaking, walking, swallowing, and general movement of the body. His condition worsened quickly, and the doctors predicted that he would not live long enough to complete his doctorate. Stephen, however, did not allow this to get in his way. Stephen suffered another blow to his health on a trip to Geneva in 1985, where he caught pneumonia, a condition of the lung, and was rushed to hospital. The hospital in Geneva suggested to his wife that it was not worth keeping the life support machine on, but fortunately, she did not agree with the consultants. He was flown back to Addenbrooke's Hospital in Cambridge, where a surgeon called Roger Gray carried out an operation to remove his voice box. That operation ultimately saved his life, but meant that he had to be given a computer system to enable him to have an electronic voice. So that was obviously a life-changing thing for Stephen, and since